Fireworks are promised. We have God bless, I'll see you at the top versus I'm a little fatty, lad I am.
I'm a little fatty, lad I am.
In the co-main event of UFC 314 in Miami, Paddy the Paddy Pimblett versus Michael Chandler, my prediction in this video. Hello and welcome to Bloodsport MMA.
Salam alaikum, alaikum salam.
Paddy Pimblett gets his chance to break in the top 10 of the UFC's Lightweight division once again against one of the elderlies. Kind of interesting how the UFC tries to give him matchups against older guys that potentially are on the way down, that still have a good name, where Paddy can build, can win, and can move on, right?
I'm gonna be real, you got this handed to you. You got Dana White privilege.
Maybe I'm a hater, maybe I got a point right there, because Paddy the Paddy Pimblett is 30 years of age, so coming into his prime right now.
I'm coming!
Michael Iron Chandler is 38 years old, turning 39 this year, so clearly over the hill of your athletic peak, and especially in the martial arts context, right? But hey, Michael Chandler, other than Bobby Green and definitely Tony Ferguson, still seems to be very fit and very capable of delivering tough fights, right? Even though it's a mystery to me how Michael Chandler, with all love I have for him, is still ranked number 7 when he won 2 fights in his whole UFC career against Tony Ferguson, who isn't in the UFC anymore, and against Dan Hooker 4 years ago or something like that. Like, it's really a mystery to me. Of course, he only lost to the best. I agree, but still, I love Chandler, but like,
I love you!
I don't care who you lose to. You can't just lose every fight and just still be top 10. Like, it just doesn't make too much sense. But yeah, anyways, he's number 7 in the UFC Lightweight division. Paddy the Paddy is number 12 as of right now in the UFC Lightweight division. I also don't know how he got there. I mean, who did he beat that was really ranked? Bobby Green, I think he was ranked at the time that he beat him, but I mean, yeah, that's insane. But it is what it is. So that's Paddy's chance of breaking into the top 10, right? So for the fight breakdown, it is pretty simple. Michael Chandler is a powerhouse who will have the same game plan as always. He will just go in there, do whatever he feels like doing, attack you from the get-go, put pressure on you, kick your legs, throw overhands, try to set up big shots, brawl with you until the end. And if he feels like it, he will mix in a takedown.
The game plan is to go in there, hit him with some good don't get hit, and come home with a pocket full of cash.
Chandler will not be scared of Paddy's grappling. Chandler has fought Charles Oliveira twice, has fought Dustin Poirier, all those guys with great jiu-jitsu, especially Charles Oliveira, right? Fought him twice, didn't get submitted even once, even though Charles had his back several times and stuff like that. So yes, of course, that's also why MMA math doesn't work. He got submitted by Dustin Poirier, but normally Chandler is not a guy that's easy to submit. He only has 1 submission loss in his whole career, and he's been in the MMA game since forever, since Paddy was still shitting his pants. Maybe he still does that, but yeah, you know what I mean?
Lad I am.
I am not scared for Chandler on the ground. Can Paddy submit him? Of course he can. Paddy has phenomenal jiu-jitsu, phenomenal grappling, and can submit anyone. If you ever trained grappling, you know that on any given day, especially in that elite section, anyone can submit, and like, a submission can always happen.
And I clearly felt the tap.
That doesn't mean that Chandler sucks on the ground or Paddy is a god on the ground or better than Oliveira. It's just, it can always happen. It always depends on how the fight is going, which position they're in, what's going on right now, you know what I mean? There's so many factors that factor into that. But Paddy has never really faced anyone with that kind of power, with that kind of pressure that he puts on you, right? The guys he recently faced were just not those type of guys, and I do think that could be a problem for him, because Paddy keeps his chin high in the air, has his hands down a lot of times. Even though his striking is getting better, he will, in my opinion, have to rely on the grappling this fight. I don't think Paddy, he can stand with Chandler, but I don't think it's a smart idea of him. And I do think the path to victory for Paddy is somehow taking the fight to the ground and somehow getting, I don't know, a guillotine or some kind of submission against Chandler. But I do believe Chandler will have a Hooker-like performance again. It's just what my gut tells me, that Chandler would just go in there and be like, hey man, I've lost so many fights now, I gotta get a win. This little girly looking guy in front of me wants to take another L, wants to give me another L on my record. I can't let that happen. I have to show who I am, that I'm the man, see at the top. And he will go in there with, yeah, just a lot of hunger and desire to get a big moment. And I do think he will get that big moment. I do think he will put a lot of pressure on Paddy. He will probably miss a lot of big shots, but I could see him setting up a similar kind of attack like he did against Hooker. He does that a lot, and he's very, very good with it, and especially against a guy like Paddy who has his guard low already and his chin up. This could work really well. Going to the body, he lowers his level beautifully, goes to the body, and then comes over the top with an overhand. Very quick and very beautiful. It's one of his best attacks, and I do think it could work against Paddy. And I do predict that Chandler knocks out Paddy Pimblett in round number 2. I do believe in the first round they will have a couple of scrambles. Maybe Chandler takes him to the ground or something. Paddy maybe gets even his back or whatever. They will have some good scrambles, some good back and forth, but in the second round, Chandler will seal the deal, will knock Paddy out or at least TKO him. But I kind of hope and think that he could KO him cold, even though he's not famous for KOing people cold, but I do think he has the potential to do that. Kind of like the Hooker fight, as I said. Chandler by KO against Paddy the Paddy Pimblett, finally giving him his first ever UFC loss. This is my prediction, you guys. Write your prediction in the comments. What do you think? Who do you favor in the fight? Who will the person win that you pick? Write it all in the comments. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel. Would appreciate that a lot. Check out my merch, bloodshop.net, worldwide free shipping with the code FREE. First link in the bio. Check it out, freshest MMA merch. Stay bloody, you guys, and until the next one, bye-bye. Bloodsport out.